Hello guys, it's Greg from Central New York Backpacker, and today I'm going to do my favorite gear company. I was recently tagged by Dan from Backpacking Adventures. He did a video on his favorite gear company. You can tell he's really passionate about backpacking and really recommend checking out his channel. He was nice enough to shout me out, and he had some really nice things to say about my channel, and thanks Dan, I really appreciate that. And so basically, what is your favorite gear company? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, what do we value? What do backpackers value in a gear company? And so then, just to boil it down to make it as simple as possible, when you're out on the trail and you're 2 days away from civilization, you're going to rely on your wits and your gear. Okay, now obviously if you're with other people, you're going to rely on them first and foremost. We rely that the gear we're choosing is going to function the way they say that it does, and it's going to be durable, right? I mean, those are important. So then I was like, well, what's my favorite company? It's definitely hands down Patagonia. I recently, in the fall of 2019, me and my brother, we did the Northfield to Placid Trail. It's about 140 miles, give or take how you count the miles. A super great fun time. I mean, yeah, it was awesome. And so I took a couple of pieces of Patagonia gear, clothing. Right, I took the R1, all right, and I took this kind of a cool dry shirt, hoodie. Kind of really comfortable shirt. This was my day hiking shirt, you know. If I got too warm and I sweated, I could hang this up at the end of the day and it would dry even if it was damp outside. If I got too hot and I sweated and then I would just be standing around, this would dry on my person, right, as I was just standing around camp. Really love that, and it's nice and comfortable, feels good next to your skin. I like the hood. I'm a hood person. I like the functionality of a hood. So if you get cold in the morning when you're hiking, you put this up with your buff. And then when you're kind of warm up, kind of slap this back and you don't really need to use it anymore. Or when you do need it, it's there. Even though sometimes the fabric would kind of wrap around, sort of get in the way. Not really, but it didn't bother me. Some people complain about that. It does add a little bit of weight to the garment, so not much. Yeah, I really like this, and I would bring this on a trip again without question. Now in terms of this, the R1, I wore this kind of as my mid-layer. This was what kept me warm if I got cold. You know, this and my raincoat. So if I had to, I would put this on, put my rain jacket over it, but it didn't come to that. But, and I mostly kept this dry. It was, you know, my thought was if it got really cold at night, I could put this on. This could kind of be like maybe my sleepwear. So if I got too cold, I'm going to sleep with this. I never had to do that. And, you know, when you go on a multi-day trip, more than 4 or 5 days, like if you're going to go on a 10-day trip, you don't really bring extra clothing. You know, you've got your hiking clothing and you've got your sleep clothes. And it's like you can't really bring extra stuff to change in and out of all the time. And, you know, because first of all, if you got all that stuff wet and then you're going to pack it away, that's going to be heavy, not to mention just the weight of the fabric itself. And it's like you'll blow out your pack weight in no time if you start bringing extra clothing. Anyways, just to get back to the R1, this is $169 new on their site. Now, right now, I just looked. They have some that are half price. They got some colors there that, I don't know, must be that people don't want or what, they don't sell that well, so they're half price. But it's like, well, what is this? What is this supposed to do for you? Make it worth buying. Why would you buy it, right? Is it just comfortable? Is it just look good? Is it just say Patagonia? What is it supposed to, how is it supposed to function? Well, as you see in the inside here, this grid material, this waffle pattern, it's supposed to breathe, okay? It's supposed to whisk away the moisture, and it's supposed to keep you warm. So now you might think, well, that's kind of counterintuitive. How is it supposed to do that? But it does. All right. And basically, you're probably not going to be able to see, but where the lines are, that's where the moisture is going to wick away. And the little squares is where the heat's going to collect. Now, it's not windproof, so it's not going to be the warmest thing that you wear. Okay. But this is good down to 30. I can wear this with a simple base layer under it and hike out, and I'm fine. Okay. And I really do like the hoodie. The hoodie can come all the way up. Covers almost the bottom of your, your face. And it comes up nice and high. It's got elastic on it, so it stretches and forms it around you. It's got a nice pocket on the front, which is super handy. So if you're wearing a buff, you can tuck that away in here. Or whatever, bandana, whatever that you want to do. I usually had the bandana attached to my pack, but yeah, I really like it. It is, synthetic. It's 93% polyester, I believe, or their Polar Tech, whatever they call it. 7% spandex, so it's form and fitting. It's I really liked it. It did really super well. I actually bought another one that was on sale. And again, I liked that so much that this was $80, which is half price. And I really do recommend them. And they're great. You can wear this out on a trail, day hiking, you sweat, and it'll dry just standing around. I also got another older R1 from eBay, and this was $15. It's an older style. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Super comfortable. It's warm. It's a little bit heavier weight. This must be an older version of the R1 because it kind of constantly evolves into kind of a new R1. Recently, I picked up this torrent shell, and I got this on eBay, $40, brand new with the tags on it. It said like new. I haven't used this a lot because I've only had it a couple of months and it's only rained a few times and I've had it out. It works great. It's H2NO fabric or whatever they got going on here. It's a little bit more complicated than that. It's like 3 layers. Kind of reminds me of the Marmot Press-It style. It's got huge pit zips, water beads right up on it. The hood, and this is the reason why I like Patagonia. They make things that function, that's simple. Okay? So like when you've got the hood on, you've got this simple drawstring in the back, you just pull it and it tightens, cinches down the hood. Because if you've ever been out when it's windy, and you put the hood up on your raincoat and it's constantly, if you don't cinch it down, it's constantly blowing it away. So far I've really digging the torrent shell. It has the Samuel Adams logo on it. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, it's it's DWR coating on the outside, so I will have to reapply that. But when I wear it, I don't get soaking wet. Okay, I wear it in the rain with my backpack. I'm not soaking wet. Perfect. It's the raincoat, right? So yeah, I love it. I also got these Capilene base layer bottoms. Really like them. they works just fine. They're not heavy and functions fantastic. So Patagonia, that's my gear company of choice. And then just a little bit about the company, which I value as well, is they're more conscientious about the environment. Like these R1s are made like 90% recycled material. So not only are they making stuff that has less of an impact, and then we buy it, so we have less of an impact. And I'm all about repurpose, reuse, use it up, recycle. There's no reason to have to use brand new material if the recycled material is going to work just fine. And they're kind of a leader in the industry, and they're trying to influence other companies to basically go along the same lines so that other companies will use recycled material. And I think they are conscientious enough to know that, okay, the integrity of the material can't be compromised by the recyclability of it. So in other words, I'm sure they're testing it so they know, okay, this material won't work or does work. They also have fair trade practices, which means like they're paying people a fair wage. So they're not one of these companies that's taking advantage of people in a third world country where, they're making 50 cents an hour with no bathroom breaks, working in a sweatshop down in New York City or who knows where. And then every year you hear about a fire that happened and 100 people die. So they're a better company with that regards, and they're extremely passionate about what they're doing. It's for outdoor sports, whether it's hiking and mountain climbing, surfing or skiing or backpacking or trail running. And again, I wouldn't hesitate to buy anything that they have. I trust, and that's what it comes down to. You trust the company. So if you're going to spend this kind of money, is the gear going to function the way they say it is? Is it going to be durable? And I would say yes. I'd like to do a few shout outs or tags to channels which I think would do well with making my favorite gear company video. And they are, we got a snowstorm coming here. So yeah, we got like a little bit of a snowstorm. Most of it's over now, but oh well. We got some snow. So yeah, Steve over at Pax-A-Lot, I think he would be good at making my favorite gear company video. He's got a really nice channel. He's out in Utah, and he's got a really nice stomping ground out there to pack around in, hike around in, backpack. Does a lot of camping videos and day trips, snowshoeing. He also does fishing. He really likes to fish. You can tell from watching his videos. He's an avid fisherman. He also likes to do road trips. I don't know how he finds the time, but his road trip was like epic. Yeah, and he goes to different historical places and ruins. Very interesting channel, and really recommend it. Number 2, Walt Revin Jr. He's got a really nice channel as well. Does a lot of knife reviews. He does a lot of outdoor things, like he likes to hunt for mushrooms and he grows mushrooms. Real super interesting channel. And I really recommend him. He has some really good content. And number 3 is Paddle and Hike. He's from Montreal. He does all kinds of stuff outside, from kayaking to hiking, camping, backpacking, and he makes his way all the way up and down the East Coast from Montreal to Florida. He also does gear reviews. Super nice guy. If you're not familiar with his channel, check him out. So those are my tags. And guys, if you can just tell us what your favorite gear company is. And then if you want to, you can tag other people. The tag was started by Brad from over at As the Crow Flies. He has a really super channel and great content. There's a lot of kayaking and backpacking and camping stuff as well. So if you don't know him, head over there and check out his content as well. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you for joining in. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.